Hello everyone, happy Monday. So if you didn't already see, today I posted a image in the group that is free coaching from yours truly. And I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna pick some of these questions and I'm gonna come live and answer your questions. And just so you know, this image, opportunity to get free coaching, I used to do it every Wednesday. Now it's going to be posted every Monday, and I'll answer your questions throughout the week. So there's always an opportunity in this group to get free coaching, to get feedback, to get insight into what you're working on in your life. So I'm just going to start from the top of the first question that was asked this morning. And it says, "Hi Sarah, with your business, coaching, Instagram, Facebook, travel, classes, etc. P.S. That makes me feel like I do a lot of things, so thank you." I was reading that, I'm like, oh yeah, I do all those things. Thank you, I honor you. The question is, how do you keep yourself from getting exhausted and keep your health in check? Thank you. So it is not just one thing that allows me to do all of the things. Instead, it is a lot of sacred practices that, when put together, allow me to show up in my highest vibration and my highest energy. So I want to give you some of those things that I do to protect my energy so that I can show up and that I don't get burnt out and that I don't get exhausted. And I can honestly say it's been a long time since I've felt burnt out. In the beginning of my business, I didn't quite have this under control and I got burnt out every other day. But now at a point where I just love this whole process and I let it flow and it feels organic. And even last night's an example. I didn't get home until about midnight from the airport because I had a full day of conference workshop in Vegas and then flew back to Colorado and then came home and tried to settle down. And I woke up this morning and I had a full day of clients today and I got to go teach yoga in a little bit. And I feel good. I feel really good. So let me just give you a couple of things that I work on. The first is my supplements, and my supplements are especially custom to my body, right? So I work with, as many of you know, Ryan Monahan, or the Mindful Nutrivore, and if you haven't reached out to him and you want a practitioner, definitely go reach out to him. He is magical. He's a functional diagnostic practitioner. So I work with him to customize my supplements to allow me to feel really good physically in my body. And this light is right in my eyes. Can you guys see that? I'm trying to avoid it. And then I am obsessed with doTERRA's Lifelong Vitality Pack. Okay, for short, if you're in the doTERRA lingo, the doTERRA world, we call it the LLV. This is the doTERRA Lifelong Vitality Pack. There are 3 different bottles of supplements in this pack that come. It's much more affordable to get all 3 of them together. It's $79 wholesale for all of these. Can last you 2 months. If you only take 1 a day, it could last you like 4 months. Mine, I take the full dosage, so mine just lasts me 1 month, but a lot of people cut it in half and it expands out. So there is a multivitamin in there. Not like the, what are some generic multivitamin brands? I honestly don't even go to the drugstore anymore, so I can't even think of them. Like Century, is there one called Century or something? It's nothing like that. Nothing like that. These are highly sourced, ethically sourced, high quality ingredients that are good for your body. So we know that the immune system is a nutrient hog, therefore requires a lot of nutrients. And so that Microplex is what it's called, is really good to support your body and your immune system. The other one in that is called Alpha CRS. This is going to be cellular support. The cellular complex in your body has a ton of good things like milk thistle for your liver and helping your body detox, and then just the cell turnover in your body. And then the third bottle is an omega. You can get the vegan or the non-vegan version. I personally get the non-vegan version, so it's a fish oil. And I use this for all of the essential fatty acids for your body. So good for your skin, good for your brain health, etc. When I take these, and actually my doTERRA leader just posted on Facebook just a second ago. I wish her post was still in my feed. She just went to Paris. Her name's Jess. She's amazing. and she celebrated her birthday abroad, and she didn't have any symptoms of jet lag. I was going to say of layover. That's not the right word. She didn't have any symptoms of jet lag because she took her LLV while she was there, and I believe she does the half dosage. So that is one way that I support my body. The second way is lots of water. Lots and lots of water. And here's my little hack, okay? I can put a link to this in the comments when I'm done, but I use what are called biomolecular oxygen drops, I think. I think that's what they're called. And I add these biomolecular oxygen drops to my water bottle. Number one, I always do filtered water, and I love my Zero water filter that I use at home. I've heard amazing things about Berkey. That's on my wish list, maybe for this Christmas. And then I bottled water is okay, but really, if you look at some of the pH strips that they do of bottled water, they're not all so good. So you want an alkaline water and one without a bunch of heavy metals in it. So a high quality water that's been filtered, but then I add the oxygen drops in there. And especially if you've ever had any mold, contact with mold exposure, the oxygen is going to be especially helpful because mold suffocates the oxygen in the body, so you typically need more. So that's just a side note, which is fun, but lots of water also helps me stay on my game as I do all of these things. It makes me feel good too. It makes my skin feel good, and when I feel good and I feel confident in my body, confident in my skin, then I can show up bigger for whatever I'm doing too. I always feel better when I just feel good about myself. Movement was actually one I didn't put on my little bullet list here to add to you guys, but to share with you guys, but I would definitely add movement to that list. So even if it's just getting up and like just folding forward and stretching your toes for a minute in the morning, or the stretches we used to do in gym class, right? Like just move your body somehow. I obviously love yoga. Yoga is one of my favorites. Sometimes I go when I just lift weights at the gym too. Moving your body in whatever way your body allows at this stage of your healing is so important to feel energized, and it helps you sleep better at night. Speaking of sleep, that's probably my number one right here. So yes, business, coaching, Instagram, Facebook, travel, classes. Yes, there's a lot going on in my life. Sleep is sacred. Sleep is sacred. Sleep is a non-negotiable for me. I do not stay out to 2 a.m. ever. Okay? So I find and I create sleep to be a sacred practice for me. And I go to bed before a lot of other people. I say I gotta go when I'm at the party. I don't scroll on my phone until midnight. I like to go to bed around 10. That's a really good time, between 9:30 and 10. 10:30 is getting towards the end of my bedtime. And then anything past 11, I don't feel good the next day. So I typically try to get as much sleep as possible, and that really, really helps me. I also work on protecting my energy. So protecting my energy, that happens in a multitude of ways, one of which is allowing myself to create strong energetic boundaries by saying no. It's okay to say no. Saying no does not mean that you are a bitch or that you are a bad person or that you are selfish. Saying no means you have boundaries. So I say no. And that allows me to focus on these things that are really important and a priority in my life so that I don't feel like I'm overextending myself all the time. So energetic boundaries, so important. I use my essential oils. Essential oils are these sacred gifts from the earth, and I especially use On Guard for the purpose of this conversation, which allows me to stay healthy. Right? So it's the protective blend. It helps support your immune system so that, I don't remember the last time, I've had like maybe a little stuffy nose, but I haven't been like sick in a really long time. And I support my body in all these ways, including the essential oils. I love to use On Guard on my wrists, neck, and bottoms of my feet. I did that the whole time I was in Vegas this weekend because there was a lot of energy around me. So not only is it protective blend to bacteria and things that might make us physically ill, but it's also the protective blend as in putting up that boundary so that other people's energy which were really intense in a casino, not the best energy that I wanted to be around, put the On Guard all over my body, walked straight through the casino into the conference room that we were in, and didn't feel the effects of like the energy vampires. And then lastly, I meditate every morning. And, this is a practice that is one that has come in and out of my life in full transparency and honesty. I'm always going to be transparent with you all. It's come and it's gone. And I'm at a point right now where I'm very committed to my meditation practice, and I'm doing it every single morning, and I'm allowing myself space to journal afterwards. And, it does come and it does go, and that's okay. But I find that when I feel in flow and I feel good and I feel confident and I feel like I actually have that balance in my life, it's the times when I'm actually taking the time to meditate. So 5 minutes, I do anywhere from 5 to 30 minutes in the morning, and I allow myself to clear whatever's going on in my mind so that I can show up more for these things and not burn out. And then the journaling practice is super important for me to process and integrate anything that might be happening in my life. So for example, if I didn't take the 30-40 minutes to do that in the morning, and instead I just jumped into all of these things, my business, coaching, Instagram, Facebook, travel, all the things, right? If I just jumped into those and I didn't give myself time to clear, it's like I'm already this full bucket and I don't have room for all this new stuff. When I give myself the opportunity to clear my thoughts, to come into silence, and to process and integrate through journaling process, then I can show up. I have space in my bucket. I can receive more energy in my life. So those are some of my favorite tools and practices. This is a great question. I can't remember who, Olivia, thank you for asking this question. And if anyone else has any questions, please let me know on this topic. If you have any other questions in general, go to the free coaching feed, post your comment with your question, and I will get to it soon. Love you guys. Have a beautiful rest of your Monday.